When you think of school, there are your obvious things that come to mind. The building, classes, pens, pencils. Nowadays it's iPads and tablets. But there are behind-the-scenes operations that take place that are just as important, but they often go unnoticed. One of those is the food that we feed our children. And here in Garland ISD, Student Nutrition Services handles that, and we are joined today by Jennifer Craig of that department. Thank you, ma'am, for being here.
Well, thank you.
There is a lot that goes on throughout the course of a day, a lot of operations, a lot of behind the scenes. Tell our folks a little bit about what factors into feeding 58,000 students.
Sure, absolutely. Well, first of all, we're a very large department. We have almost 600 employees approximately. We do about 30,000 meals a day. So as you can imagine, it takes a big operation to make all of that happen. We have a central office that's here at the Marvin Paget building where all the office staff works out of. And then we also we share a warehouse with a general warehouse where we keep all of our staple items. And we have a very large freezer for all of our frozen products, and we even have a remote freezer to store even some more.
You mentioned staple items. What is that?
It's like dry goods, maybe shelf-stable, canned fruits, our paper goods, dressings, that kind of thing.
A lot of nutritional guidelines are factored into what you guys do. Tell us about those.
Absolutely. We follow the rules from the Texas Department of Agriculture that are implemented from the USDA. And so they're very rigid as to the number of grains and meats and vegetables and fruits, all the analysis. So we follow that very closely, and all of our menus are analyzed. So we follow that same meal pattern. Additionally, we had new regulations such as the Smart Snack guidelines that regulate all of our a la carte items. So those are all the items that are not served as part of a reimbursable meal or what people commonly consider like a plate lunch.
Breakfast in the classroom is something that's been added to the district within the last 3 or 4 years. What qualifies a school to have breakfast in the classroom?
A school needs to be over 80% free and reduced in order to qualify for breakfast in the classroom. So as we find new campuses that are beginning to meet those qualifications, we're looking at ways to implement that in even more schools.
Free and reduced, how do you qualify for that?
Well, we have you can qualify by direct certification, or you can come here and fill out paperwork. Actually, new online this year was you could apply for free and reduced benefits online, so that made it so much easier. So we have a department within our department that governs free and reduced eligibility.
Last week we had the Superintendent Student Advisory Council out to meet with you guys. We do that each year, and it gives us the opportunity to visit with students and get their feedback from the meals. You sample things like hamburgers, desserts, all those things that fall within the guidelines. How do you go about deciding which items you serve at the campuses?
Well, it's a very lengthy process, actually. Our bid process is a year out. So what we're doing now is actually to plan for the next school year for 16-17. So we have a bid for commodity processing. We have a bid for frozen and staple items, and we sample all of those in-house. We test every product, every dressing, every mustard. We do factor in cost as well, and then we try to have focus groups, as you said, the advisory council. We also have a new menu advisory committee, and our MAC meeting members did the same thing that we did with the student council, is they got to test a variety of products in a food show style atmosphere, and they were able to vote on products as well. So as we get that up and running, we'll try to make it even bigger where we can get even more participation.
Do you notice any differences in the taste buds of students versus adults?
Absolutely. Some of the things that adults ask for, we've seen requests for, like quinoa or salmon fillets or stuff like that, is a little different than we get from some of the students.
I know we recently had a guest chef, Taylor Kearney, at Garland High School. Tell us about that process, how you guys went about setting that up.
Yeah, that was a really exciting event for us. We partnered with the Texas Hunger Initiative, and Taylor Kearney from the front room in Dallas came, and he did a cooking demonstration for the students at Garland High School. We really want to focus on our breakfast participation, particularly at high schools where they start so early. So we wanted to create an exciting event, and he had a signature burrito of the day, the turkey chorizo burrito. So it was a lot of fun. I think we got good student participation and feedback from that day.
I know our guys at GRS were out and captured some of that footage that day. We're going to take a look here in a second. Would you mind staying with us for a little bit? We'll come back and
Sure,
talk
no problem.
Thank you.
This morning we have several people here from the USDA, and we are proud to say that Chef Taylor Kearney of the Front Room restaurant in Dallas is here doing a chef demonstration. He's demonstrating a new product that we're gonna have, the chorizo taco, and it's full of turkey chorizo and lots of fresh vegetables. So we're highlighting that this morning in an effort to kick off our breakfast promotion. We're really hoping to increase our breakfast participation across the district, but especially in high schools.
Breakfast is, of course, the most important meal of the day. We enjoy partnering with at-risk, children at risk, as well as THI, as well as GISD, as well as Garland, to let children know and students know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It helps in brain power, it helps with math scores, science, testing scores. It's just a good thing. It gets your energy going first thing in the morning so that you can sustain throughout the day. I'm seeing students being really engaged. I'm seeing some of the students that typically, don't eat breakfast. They're actually going and eating in the line. A lot of them are taking the samples. The chefs there, they're actually preparing really a good sausage chorizo, turkey chorizo, with vegetables, onions. They've got some cilantro, and they're actually scrambling with eggs. And a lot of the students that I've talked to, they tasted it and they just like, oh my goodness, this is good.
I think there's only 10% of the high school students that are eating breakfast right now, so we're trying to get people excited about breakfast, waking up a little bit early, coming in and enjoying, something a little bit healthier as opposed to going to McDonald's or somewhere like that. So trying to get kids awake, 10 minutes earlier, to get here 10 minutes earlier to eat, start their day and be healthy. So, we're part of Hunger Busters. We're part of a few different organizations that do different charitable organizations. So this is kind of our first one promoting breakfast with high schools and stuff, but we are out and about, through the restaurant. So, well, I was working with the culinary team here at the high school. They service quite a few kids every day. So they came up with a menu of a turkey chorizo burrito. So scrambled eggs, turkey chorizo is a little bit healthier than the traditional fatty pork chorizo. Some scrambled eggs, bell peppers, jalapeno, onions, and cilantro with a couple different types of salsa. So just, we made the fillings so the kids could sample it, and they were serving it in all the lines today. I think the feedback was good. I mean, it is early, waking up early, getting the kids excited is a little bit difficult, but, we tried to jazz it up a little bit and get kids excited, but I think they responded well to it, so.
Really cool event at Garland High School. Jennifer, I know there are a lot of new initiatives you guys are rolling out this year. One of them is breakfast kiosks. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, well, as we discussed earlier, improving our breakfast participation is something that we're really looking to do. And we're going to pilot this spring. We hope to pilot a high school and a middle school with a grab-and-go concept. We're going to have kiosks strategically placed, maybe by the bus drop-off or a popular doorway that maybe is far away from the cafeteria, where students can run in, grab a pre-packaged breakfast. We'll have them ready to go in a bag or container of some sort, so they can just grab them, scan their badge, and go right to class. So we really hope that that will help get some nutrition in them before they start their very busy day.
Meal Viewer is also a new aspect of your department, isn't it?
Yes, MealViewer is something that we've been looking into for a long time, and we're really excited to bring this new technology to Student Nutrition Services and Garland ISD. So it is a web-based app that you can also access on your computer, and it'll give you up-to-the-minute menu information, not only, and it's school-specific. So you can see the menu at Abbott Elementary, or you can see that menu at Jackson Technology, and it will tell you, if you highlight each entree, it will tell you exactly the nutritional statistics of that entree, any allergens, when it's going to be served again. You can favorite your favorite entrees, you can favorite your schools. So we're real excited to be able to speak in the digital technology that our students are so comfortable with.
Digital technology last, but certainly not least, the Twitter bird has flown into Student Nutrition Services. Tell us how we can follow you.
Yes, we're in social media now, and we'd love you to follow us. It's at GISD Nutrition, and we try to post on there as frequently as we can some of our new menu items and what's going on in our department and each of our cafeterias. So we're real excited about it.
Jennifer, thank you so much for being here with us today, and like I said, shedding some light on an aspect that a lot of folks just don't think about every day.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Anytime.
Lots more taking place here in Garland ISD. Here to share some of those things with us is Caren Rodriguez with Connect Ed.
Thanks, Chris. Garland ISD's first ever Digital Resources Carnival attracted more than 3,000 visitors, making the technology-fueled event a great success. Created to engage the community, empower parents, and promote GISD's abundance of digital resources, the event converted the Curtis Colwell Center into a hotspot of family fun and learning. Attendees were exposed to educational software and school-based digital devices, such as tablets and laptops. Interactive Discovery Education science exhibits, cyber safety sessions, and a prop-driven selfie station were also featured. Several door prizes, including 4 Kindle Fires and 2 iPads, were given away to event-goers. And the Classical Center at Vial, as well as Webb Middle School, won 3D printers for having the highest average event attendance. Students across GISD commemorated Chinese New Year with enlightening activities and vivid programs. Weaver Elementary School celebrated the Year of the Monkey by showcasing the linguistic talents of its Mandarin Chinese language and leadership students. Providing Chinese New Year customs in Mandarin, the dual language learners then sang 5 Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed in the world's most widely spoken language. Congratulations to Hillside Academy for Excellence for being nominated as a 2016 National Blue Ribbon School. Superintendent Bob Morrison and trustees Robert Selders Jr. and Veronica Martinez-Cantu surprised the staff with a celebratory reception in the library. Hillside is one of 26 public schools in Texas to be nominated for this distinction. Campuses must show exemplary performance on state assessments or designated national tests to be considered for the prestigious honor. Garland ISD honored more than 70 high school athletes at the district's annual signing day ceremony. The seniors have all signed letters of intent to play a variety of sports at institutions of higher learning in the fall. Toronto Blue Jays outfielder and Garland ISD alumnus Earl Burrell III provided words of advice to the college-bound athletes. The Alcorn State graduate urged his younger counterparts to stay dedicated to their studies and push for extraordinary success. Campuses across the district celebrated National African American History Month throughout February. Kimberlin Academy for Excellence presented its music and history-filled presentation, Motown, Soul of a Nation. Presented by the 5th grade team, Kimberlin's program told the story behind the music that changed minds, touched lives, and took the world by storm. Reinforcing that Black history is American history, the educational show featured tunes made famous by African American artists who faced adversity during an era of segregation and racial discrimination. History-making hits, such as The Temptations' My Girl, were performed along with choreographed dance moves. And that's all for this edition of Connect Ed. For the latest GISD news and information, visit the district website and make sure to follow us on Twitter at GISD News.
Thank you, Caren, and thank you for joining us on School Scene. We'll see you soon.